Imagine you're playing a game of Overwatch and then all of a sudden you have internet trouble. Ah, what a pain in the ass. That sucks, right? You get disconnected from the game, you're down a man, your team loses. That's a bummer. Maybe you call up your ISP, see what the problem is, and get it fixed. However, what if it turns out that the reason you had internet problems was because someone on the opposing team directly attacked you? Well, apparently that is an issue that's taking place. Earlier today, we saw a Reddit post talk about DDoS attacks taking place in some high-level games. The situation was someone on the opposing team threatened to get somebody disconnected because they were losing the game. And then shortly after, that person got disconnected. And then the teammate called him out on it. They're like, did you really just do that because you're losing at a video game? And then they got disconnected. These are clear instances of someone threatening to get you disconnected from the game, and then shortly after it happening. It seems way too coincidental for two people back to back after being threatened to get disconnected. It would just happen randomly, other than it being an actual malicious attack. Now, there's a lot of theories as to what is specifically causing this, or exactly how and why the attack is happening. The general concept, though, is that if someone can get a hold of your IP address, which is kind of like the address for your internet connection from your house or wherever you happen to access the internet, if someone can get access to that, they can essentially overwhelm your connection with messages. In simplistic terms, they can overwhelm your connection to the point where you lose access to the internet. Now, the question becomes, how did someone get access to your IP? Well, that is just one theory as to what might be taking place here. The other thing that might be happening is that people can directly attack Blizzard's servers. So while you're playing a game, while you're playing in a match, they can attack the servers themselves. Now, I did a little bit of research and I tried to figure out exactly what's taking place here, but there's definitely something going on. I've seen enough accounts of this happening to know that people are being affected. People are getting disconnected from matches, not because they personally are having internet problems, but because someone on the opposing team is attacking them. The real problem becomes proving who did it, other than them telling you directly because they have the gall. I mean, that happens, you know, people, they do it to get a reaction and they're happy to tell you that they're the ones who screwed you over. But proving that it happened and that you didn't just have regular old internet connection problems becomes difficult for the average person. There are ways to look into whether or not you have had a DDoS attack against you, and if this happens to you in your games of Overwatch, or I guess whatever game that you play, the best thing that you can do is make note of it and send in a report. Let them know of your suspicions. But, you know, have no question about it. There's definitely something that's going on. People are being affected by the malicious actions of others, whether they're attacking them directly after getting access to their IP address, or if Blizzard's servers are just getting attacked directly in specific matches. Whatever the cause is, if this is something that has been affecting you or you're suspicious of it, just let Blizzard know. And hopefully they could come up with some way to deal with it. DDoS attacks, by and large, are something that are very difficult to stop. They happen to giant companies and corporations all the time. Blizzard themselves have had their servers attacked directly, downing multiple games of theirs. That this happens. It's a pretty simple thing to do theoretically and actually, and that's why it happens so often. I think it goes without saying that this sort of stuff really sucks. We wish it wouldn't happen, but it's just a tough thing to stop. Hopefully Blizzard takes this seriously, investigates it, and I guess does whatever is possible. If it is the case that something through the Battle.net client or through Overwatch itself is somehow leaking the player's IP address, or that they should look into it. This has happened quite a lot with software in the past. I remember a long time there's a huge fear through people using Skype because it was so easy to get someone's IP address through Skype. All you had to do was search for them and send them like a friend request, and then basically Skype gave you their IP, at which point you could DDoS them, you could get them swatted, you could do all sorts of horrible things. It's basically like handing out your address or your telephone number to another person, at which point they can do plenty of malicious things with it. So I really hope that Blizzard takes this seriously. I hope they investigate it and, you know, does whatever is within their power. The other thing I wanted to talk with you guys about today, though, is the fact that we got, I guess what we'll say, official leaked confirmation that skins are coming for the Uprising event that's happening next week. We saw the comic the other day and we made some guesses that some of those comic skins would be coming into Overwatch. Well, thanks to a promo that happened on consoles showing the actual skins. Those Overwatch blue uniforms that were shown in the Uprising comic are coming to Tracer, Reinhardt, Torbjorn, and Mercy. And we're gonna keep our fingers crossed that we get some of the other skins, like the one up for Genji, for example. That's pretty damn badass. I'd love to see that. I'm so excited. I love the Overwatch events that they do, and I'm happy they're actually looking to do some in-game themed events rather than just Christmas or Halloween, the holidays, you know, whatever. The fact that they're doing something that just pertains to the Overwatch universe, the history, the backstory, that's really cool. I'm really excited to see what they do. I'm especially excited to see what their playable thing that they're doing is. Their first story mode, as I called it. That upset a lot of people. I don't know. What are you gonna do? All right, guys. Well, that's gonna do it for me here today. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Until next time, I'll see you later.